Hello everyone and welcome back to Mariana Mas Books. My name is Mariana and I am here with another Poetry Thursday. If you are new to Poetry Thursday, Poetry Thursday is an initiative created by the channel Bits of Lit to include more poetry on BookTube. Today, as you are watching this video, is September 16th, which is Mexican Independence Day, which is why I have all my Mexican celebratory decorations, and which is why I wanted to share another Mexican poet. So at first, my original idea was sharing a poem by Octavio Paz, who is arguably the most famous Mexican poet because he is a Nobel Prize winner. But I then thought, you know what? No, I want to share a woman, a female Mexican poet. So I am going to share Rosario Castellanos. Rosario Castellanos is so good. She is incredible. And she wrote poetry, she wrote prose, and she also wrote a play called The Eternal Feminine. She writes many feminist themes in her texts, and I had a hard time choosing what poem I wanted to share with you guys. So it came down to deciding on a theme, first of all, because she writes poetry about love, she writes poetry about feminist issues, she writes poetry about humankind issues, she writes reflexive poetry. So first of all, I wanted to choose a theme, and I decided I wanted to share one of her feminist works. And then it came down also to the translation, because unfortunately I couldn't find a lot of the poems I really like, and a lot of the poems I wanted to share. I couldn't find them translated online. So it came down to the one that I did find, and it is called Valium 10, and it's the one I'm going to share to you today. However, I was doing some research and I found a book called The Rosario Castellanos Reader, or A Rosario Castellanos Reader, published by an university press in Texas, I believe. And it's available on Kindle, and that one is a collection of Rosario Castellanos poetry, Rosario Castellanos prose, her short stories, and it also includes her play The Eternal Feminine, and also some essays by scholars about her work. So I am going to link that one down below in case you are interested in reading more from Rosario Castellanos, including maybe not only poetry but also her short stories or even her play. Without further ado, I am going to share with you the poem Volume 10, and as last time that I shared a Mexican poem, I am going to share it or read it first in English, the English translation, and then I am going to read it in Spanish from my copy of her collection Poesía No Eres Tú, or You Are Not Poetry. Volume 10 by Rosario Castellanos, translated by Trudy L. Stull. Sometimes, and do not try to play it down, claiming that it doesn't happen often, your measuring stick breaks, your compass goes missing, and now you understand nothing. The day becomes a series of incoherent facts, of duties, that you carry out through inertia and out of habit. And you leave it, and you deliver the letter to whom it may concern, and you teach the class, the same to students and auditors alike. And at night you write up the text that the press will devour tomorrow. And you watch, oh, but only from the above, the running of the house, the perfect coordination of multiple programs, because the oldest boy is all dressed up to go to a quinceañera dance, and the youngest wants to play soccer, and the middle one has a poster of Che next to his record player. And you go over the expense account and reflect with the cook on the cost of living and the ars magna combinatoria from which the possible and daily menu emerges. And you even have the will to wash off your makeup and to apply your facial cream and even to read a few lines before turning out the light. And now, in the darkness, on the threshold of sleep. You miss what has been lost, the priceless diamond, the navigation map, the book with 100 basic questions and their corresponding answers, for a simple conversation, even with the Sphinx. And you have the unpleasant feeling that an error slipped into the crossword puzzle that makes it unsolvable. And you spell out the name of chaos, and you cannot sleep unless you open the bottle and take one of the pills in which has been condensed, chemically pure, the order of the world. Now, in case you're interested, I will share the poem in its original Spanish, which I will read from my copy of her collection. Oh my god, okay, yes, her collection Poesía No Eres Tú. Valium 10. A veces, y no trates de restar la importancia, diciendo que no ocurre con frecuencia. Se te quiebra la vara con que te mides, se te extraña la brújula y ya no entiendes nada. El día se convierte en una sucesión de hechos incoherentes, de funciones que vas desempeñando por inercia y por hábito, y lo vives, y dictas el oficio, a quienes corresponde, y das la clase, lo mismo a los alumnos inscritos que al oyente. Y en la noche redactas el texto que la imprenta devorará mañana. Y vigilas, solo por encima, la marcha de la casa, la perfecta coordinación de múltiples programas, porque el hijo mayor ya viste de etiqueta para ir de chambelán a un baile de 15 años. Y el menor quiere ser futbolista y el de en medio tiene un póster del Che junto a su tocadiscos. Y repasas las cuentas del gasto y reflexionas, junto a la cocinera, sobre el costo de la vida y el ars magna combinatoria, del que surge el menú posible y cotidiano. Y aún tienes voluntad para desmaquillarte y ponerte la crema nutritiva, y aún leer algunas líneas antes de consumir la lámpara. Y ya en la oscuridad, en el umbral del sueño, echas de menos lo que se ha perdido, el diamante de más precio, la carta de marear, el libro con 100 preguntas básicas y sus correspondientes respuestas para un diálogo elemental siquiera con la esfinge. Y tienes la penosa sensación de que el crucigrama se deslizó una errata que lo hace irresoluble, y deletreas el nombre del caos, y no puedes dormir si no destapas el frasco de pastillas y si no tragas una en la que se condensa, químicamente pura, la ordenación del mundo. So that was Volume 10 and Volume 10 by Rosario Castellanos. I hope you enjoy the poetry, and as I said, I am going to link her collection translated in English down below in case you want to check out more of her work. I would highly recommend that you do so. And yeah, I hope you enjoy the video, and I will see you with another bookish video next Thursday. In the meantime, happy reading.